Well, why aren't the factories making anything? The reason is simple. The orders have dried up, no buyers. The world is busy battling a pandemic, remember. They're not buying electronic goods. China is not exporting as much as it used to. During January and February, China's exports fell by more than 17%. China's factories are waiting for new orders, but new business will be hard to come by because China's biggest customers are fighting another Chinese export, the Wuhan virus. So China is doing what every businessman does in a crisis: create new revenue streams. Even turn a crisis into a business opportunity. China is forcing countries to buy back their own aid. Let that sink in. This is a claim from The Spectator magazine. They ran this piece, and here's what the story says. Italy donated tons of PPE, personal protection equipment, to China, the stuff that doctors and medical workers wear. This is when the coronavirus outbreak was at its peak there in China. Italy sent aid. Now, Italy is struggling, and guess what China is doing? China is sending back Italian equipment, not as aid, but as goods for sale. China has billed Italy for it. They're charging money. The Spectator says that Beijing sold Italian PPE back to Rome. They quote a senior Trump administration official as a source. China is trying to get a grip on the global narrative, but it keeps getting worse. In an attempt to repair its image, China kicked off its aid diplomacy, but that campaign is falling flat. China's coronavirus supplies have been questioned and in many cases returned. They were substandard. Spain, the Czech Republic, the Netherlands, Turkey, they all had to return Chinese supplies. There are complaints against Chinese testing kits. 70% of them are faulty. The Dutch government had to recall 600,000 masks. They were defective. China delivered 1.3 million N95 masks to the Netherlands. Reports say that more than half of them did not even meet safety standards. Well, guess how China responded? China's foreign ministry posted these messages. It has rebuffed the allegation, and that's not all. China had advised for the Netherlands: double-check the instructions before buying.
Investigations were carried out by Chinese departments. They found that the masks were purchased by a Dutch agent. The Chinese company had already informed Netherlands that the masks were not for medical use. It also went through the required export declaration, and the procedures were followed under the items of non-medical masks.
So China is behaving like a business conglomerate with a customer service of the worst kind. This is no longer a case of negligence. China is now taking advantage of a global crisis. European countries are learning this the hard way. The latest case in point, Slovakia. They bought more than 1 million Chinese testing kits. Again, they turned out to be defective. But unlike some other European leaders, Slovakia's Prime Minister Igor Matovic chose to speak out. He slammed China. He said these tests should be, quote-unquote, thrown straight into the river. They should. So should be plans to buy from China.